In this video we're going to be learning how to do slides on a rail. There are three different types of slides I'm going to be teaching you in this video. The first one is called a front side board slide. It's when you approach the rail with your front facing it. You ollie 90 degrees, land perpendicular to the board, to the rail, sorry. You slide and then you dismount. The second one is called a backside board slide. And this is because your back is facing the rail. You do the same. You ollie front side this time, perpendicular on the rail. You slide, and then you can dismount regular, or you can dismount fakie, which in my previous tutorial I mentioned is rolling backward. The last one I'm going to be explaining is a front side lip slide, and that's when you're rolling with your front to the rail, and instead of just ollieing easily onto the rail, this time you ollie 90, but you ollie front side, so your tail is going over the rail, and then you land on the rail, and then you can dismount either regular or fakie. I'll now show you a few examples of all the board slides. Common mistakes you might have with board slides in general are when you ollie and your weight isn't properly distributed. Okay, you got this. What you want when you're doing a board slide is, I'm not going to show you on the rail because I will fall. You want your board to be perpendicular, but you want your shoulders to be facing the direction you're going. This is because if you face backward, you're more likely to slip out backward or forward, and this can be extremely painful. I also recommend wearing protective gear like helmets and wrist pads when practicing if you're a beginner. Other mistakes are not ollieing into it high enough. So just like the nose slide, you ollie into it doing a nose slide, but not necessarily landing it because you're going to fly sideways. Not ollieing high enough. For beginners, you can start practicing on lower rails, and you can do what is called a slappy grind, which is pretty much you ollie extremely little and bang your thing on the. So you pretty much aim to get your front trucks over the rail to slide. Also, when you're beginning, aim to hit the last part of the rail, so you practice dropping off anyway. Don't start midway because it's not going to help. Just start at the end and clip it. Another huge problem with lip slides, which is, if you remember, the 180 to board slide, is the not enough rotation problem, where you're only rotating sort of 70-90, not exactly the whole way, so your wheel or trucks might clip it, or the side of your board, your tail might go under it, clip it, and you can fall over that way. So I recommend, as you see me in the example, I lean back before I ollie, so that when I ollie, my weight is over my nose, so I'm pretty much forcing down my tail, because it works like a seesaw. If you push down here, it goes up there. So in the air, if you push down on your nose, your tail automatically goes up. This is called boning a trick in skateboarding, and people bone tricks when they go over rails. They ollie and they press down on their nose so their tail goes up, so they clear whatever object they're ollieing over. So in this case, when you ollie, make sure to bone your ollie 90 so that you land perpendicular on the rail. And in this trick, it's extremely important to stay completely centered over your board, because as you cannot face any other direction, you shouldn't turn like this, because then you'll fall over that way, vice versa with the other side. So you pretty much just want to stay 90 over your board, not too far forward, not too far back. If you look at your board, it's not flat, it's curved. So you want to stay in the center of the curve, not to one side of the curve. So you don't want to stay here or there. You just want to stay in the center of your curve. Thank you.